Hello and welcome. You've been waiting and debating for oh so long. Travis L. Williams is here. He doesn't have a Cool J song, but he does have the list that you've been waiting for. Look at HBCU All-Stars hanging out with HBCU Game Day today. Glad to collaborate on your roster reveal. Before we get to the coaches, Travis, before we get to the players, we got awards. Just tell us your excitement this time of the year. The big national tournament is about to start. We got 3 HBCUs in the running on the men's side. Big tournament's going to end in Indianapolis on that big weekend, and it's an all-star weekend, literally.
And you speaking, I just want to say thank you for allowing us to be on your amazing national and global platform. First of all, we want to thank you for being with you today, but I also want to thank God for not giving up on me, for us to be in this moment. And so when God placed this amazing vision in October 2019, after 17 successful years as a coach, and you mentioned the NCAA tournament, all that's going on, we get an opportunity to celebrate the best in black college basketball in about 3 weeks. And then we have 3 of our most esteemed HBCUs that are represented in the big-time tournament. Tennessee State University, where I was a former associate head coach and head men's basketball coach there. And then, of course, Howard University, and then Prairie View A&M, some of our most esteemed HBCUs getting ready to represent for the culture in this event. And we look forward to, in about 3 weeks, as hosting a very historic event, the 5th year anniversary HBCU All-Star Game experience. In other words, an opportunity to show the world that HBCU matters during college basketball biggest weekend.
All right, so look, I got my laptop here. I got a lot of names here, got a lot going on. You got a lot of information over there. Trav, I think we should just get to it. I think we should talk about the coaches. Let's talk about the coaches that you have coming into this game. And you see it there on the screen. Man, you talk about 4 guys that had excellent years, and they're going to be coaching the All-Stars this year. Tell us about it.
And it's amazing. We get an opportunity to honor some former HBCU legendary players and NBA legends. And so representing Team Bob Dandridge, of course, we have Nolan Smith, the head men's basketball coach.
He had a pretty good year.
Amazing year at Tennessee State University. Coach of the year, his first year. And now he's going in a tournament to open up the first round against Iowa State. I think it's Iowa State. It's one of those teams they're playing in the first round of the tournament. And so just truly amazing about that. Larry Dixon, the head men's basketball coach at Morehouse College.
Championship year.
You know, a drought from, I think they haven't been to won a SIC. It's a number of years.
Yeah, it was.
First year to win the SIC tournament championship. That says a lot, and go to the NCAA. And so I want to give a big shout out to those coaches that are representing Team Bob Dandridge. And then, of course, the legendary Team Sam Jones. And when you talk about a former NBA player, and also serves as dual roles there at Bethune-Cookman, Regis Theus, who's been around, won the regular season championship in the SWAC, ended up being the SWAC Coach of the Year, be representing on Team Sam Jones. And then, of course, Devin Hearn, the head men's basketball coach at Fayetteville State. First year, CIAA tournament championship.
You want to see a team put 100 on the board on any given night? You have to go check out Fayetteville State.
Yeah, you want to give a big shout-out to some of our most amazing coaches that can coach with the best of the best. And so we're truly excited for those coaches representing Team Bob Dandridge as well as Sam Jones.
All right, so let's get into the players. Trav, we're just going to roll them and cue them up here. Let's start our roster reveal. Team Bob Dandridge. Whoa, there was so much drama in the OVC. Tennessee State came out on top. Aaron Nkrumah, a baller. He had to be on this team.
17.7 points a game, 5.6 rebounds a game, 2.9 steals a game. Was named OVC Player of the Year, all OVC first team. This brother can play. And so we got an opportunity to really watch him up and close. Big-time player, and you'll get the opportunity to see him in the NCAA tournament.
All right, let's go to Anthony McComb III. Behold, Norfolk State is in the house.
Yep, when you look at him, he's averaged 17.1 points a game, 4.2 rebounds a game, shot like 38% from threes, was named first team All-MEAC Conference postseason. And so and also playing for one of the best coaches. Robert Jones and their program have been consistent, and so to have a player of his caliber on our team and represent Norfolk State speaks in volumes.
All right, let's talk points and rebounds. Let's talk about a guy that can lead his conference in points and rebounds. That says a lot.
Whew. And as you know, he was MEAC Player of the Year.
He better be.
And I'm telling you, a player that has been consistent, the glue to that program, and consistently the success of what we've been able to see with Howard University. And I got a chance to watch him throughout the year. Our national scouting staff got an opportunity. So 17 points a game, 6.8 rebounds a game, 2.5 assists a game, shot 48.6% from the field. MEAC Player of the Year, MEAC First Team All Conference. Harris ranks the top 50 in the country in free throws made. He is a player and he's a baller.
You know what I love? You know what I love about HBC All-Stars is it's not only just the big weekend at the end of the season. You had Howard and you had Tennessee State in Atlanta last year.
Yep.
And that was my first chance to meet Bryce Harris. The most impressive thing, pregame, just kind of walk up, saying hello to everybody. He's listening to some Soul to Soul, Back to Life. I was like, man, what do you know about that? He was like, man, I'm an old soul, man. My parents turned me on to good music. I was like, all right, I love this kid already.
Amazing young man, well respected. He has a presence off the basketball court, very knowledgeable, and so just a very impressive young man. And you could tell by his play on and off the basketball court.
Absolutely, absolutely. Glad to see he was able to stay injury-free this year as well. All right, let's stick in the MEAC. South Carolina State, we got Double C, Cameron Clark.
Ooh, Cameron Clark, long 4-5 player. Played well down the stretch going into the MEAC conference tournament. As you can see, South Carolina State started playing really, really well. They were in ball games. They were really well coached. Averaged about 8.2 rebounds a game, 8.2 points a game, about 5 rebounds a game. Shot about 48% from the field. But just the glue to their team, played well. Excited about having that size and that athleticism a part of what we're doing.
All right, I think we're going to stay in the MEAC right here. And, man, North Carolina Central University dealt with some injuries this year. But they put together a season that was this close to a MEAC championship, made it to the championship game. Shout out to Coach Lavelle Moulton, did a great job working with what he had. But one of those pieces that he did have, Deontay Johnson.
Definitely. Anytime you get a point guard that comes out of Coach Moulton's, program, very solid. Johnson was named all defense for the MEAC and averaged about 8.4 for rebounds a game, about 4 assists a game. Very solid point guard. We're excited about him coming in and running the team and playing up to his best ability. But we also know that he's being coached by one of the best coaches in the business. So he's definitely has that in his DNA.
Yeah, love things they're doing down at North Carolina Central. All right, look, when it comes to these teams, Travis, it's D1, it's D2. You want the best players. You don't break it up. You put them all out there on the court. And we're going to check in right here in the A at Morehouse College, Jermonte Hill.
And it just goes to show the level of talent. In any given moment, you just got to be a ready player. And this young man, I think he was the key to really elevating Morehouse College. I had a chance to follow him throughout his career, averaged about 11 points, 7 rebounds a game, shot about 43% from the field. Big combo guard, can handle it, floor leader that can play a number of positions, 1 through 4. Real skilled player. So it's named the third team all SIAC, but really a player to help them get to that championship and the NCAA tournament berth.
All right, this guy right here, they will never forget him at Tuskegee. I mean, they retired the man's jersey, Travis. He was still playing. It will be in the rafters forever. Mr. Draper, you got a baller here.
High motor, high energy. I love the passion that he plays with, his leadership that he has on the court, and he's being coached by Coach Taylor that's been around the game. And so this young man, 16 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, SIAC postseason player of the year, just a motor, team guy. Really, really impressed with him. He got some nice size and athleticism. Look forward to watching him grow and play.
All right, Travis, you don't have to call me collect. You can call me toll free. Let's stick in the SIAC. We're going to go to Miles College. Man, look, people like to just kind of assume the SIAC is just a football conference. All they do is football down south. They hoop in the SIAC.
Ooh. And that's a testament to Coach Watson, man. You think about it. He is one of the best coaches in the game.
Absolutely.
This brother has won consecutive championships, 20-win seasons.
Everywhere
and so
he goes.
I'm just going to give him his national shout out, one of the best in the business. And so for this young man, 16 points a game, seven rebounds, 46% field goal, long athletic combo forward, named first team all SIAC, well-coached young man.
Can you name a bad season Coach Watson has had?
None whatsoever. And I coached against him. That's how long I've been knowing him. I coached against him when I was a former head basketball coach at Tennessee, I would say at Fort Valley State University, one of the best in the business. And I love that fact that he serves as a dual role, not only as a coach, but his athletic administration and his abilities that he's able to do off the court and really impact that community there. First-class guy all the way.
Absolutely. He got it done at Benedict, getting it done at Miles. And how about him and Coach Theus? Great seasons and wearing those hats like that. That's not easy.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
That's not easy.
Yep.
All right, let's keep the train rolling on Team Bob Dandridge. And we got Rob Lawson from Morgan State University. You got one of those, man, one of my good friends. Boy, he lives, breathes, sleeps Morgan State. I'm glad we got some Morgan State up here.
As always. And I always go back to Kevin Broad is one of the best coaches in the business, and they've been consistent producing some of the best players that come out of their program. Dina Freeman-Patton, who's a good friend of mine, is the athletic director. I got a chance to see them when I was in town, play Howard University. And so Rob Lawson averaging close to 13 points a game, close to 4 rebounds a game, 4 assists. Combo guard, very capable of scoring in bunches for that team. As you can see, Morgan State finished in the top of the MEAC. So any given night, they played extremely well. So well-coached young man coming from a well-coached team.
All right, so if you wonder why Tennessee State was so good this year, they didn't have only Mr. Nkrumah. They also had Mr. Harper, Travis Harper II. Tennessee State, man, that might be the best. I don't know. Alcorn State had it. I mean, Prairie View had a good 1-2 punch. Prairie View had a good 1-2 punch. There's some other 1-2 punches out there, but boy, Tennessee State amongst the best with those 1-2 top dogs on the team.
This young man is, of course, namesake Travis Harper. Of course, I got to give him a shout out for it runs in his genes. But 17 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, shot 40% from threes, 72 made threes this year. Any given game, he get hot, he was putting it in the basket.
40% from three. That deserves to be said twice.
Oh, yeah.
If a player shoots 32, 33, you're like, oh, he's a good shooter.
Yeah.
40%?
40%, first team, all OVC first team player. And like I said, like you meant, having those two players on their team consistent, that's where you really see Tennessee State making a run in the NCAA tournament.
First time they've been in the Big Dance since 1994.
Yep.
Whew. Ooh, I was a young man back then, Travis. Ooh. All right, Xavier Long, Hampton University. Got a little love from the CAA, Hampton, trying to make things happen there. Xavier Long, he was a big part of that team.
Oh, yeah. It's like a walking double-double. I had a chance to see them play in the Chris Paul event here in Atlanta, but he averages close to 10 points, 10 rebounds. He ranked number 20 in rebounding. And so very well coached, come out of a great program at Hampton, playing in the, as they always we call the independents. But just we look forward, nice size and athleticism, really excited about having a part of the HBCU All-Stars movement.
All right, we got one more, the final selection for Team Bob Dandridge. And we're going to go back to the MEAC, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, Zion Obenla.
Long combo forward, had multiple double-doubles this game, averaging about 11 points a game, 6 rebounds a game, shot 60% from the field, has nice size, well coached, really respect the job that coach is doing there. But we're really excited, the versatility, having a combo forward like that to participate in an All-Star game.
And how crazy was the MEAC this year? There was, at the top, Howard was always there, but, man, we just saw contenders step in. Yeah. They were like king of the hill for a couple of weeks. Then somebody knock them down. Maryland Eastern Shore had a run there where you thought they were.
Yeah, you got to be ready to go any given night. That's the beautiful thing about basketball. You can't take any off nights, especially in the MEAC. And so excited about those coaches having those guys prepared a game in and game out, playing at a high level.
All right, if you're just tuning in, this is the roster for Team Bob Dandridge. They're going to step out on the court in Indianapolis, Travis, and Team Bob Dandridge thinks they're going to get it done, man. How do you like the makeup of this team when you look at all the skill positions, how balanced it is? There's the full roster right there. We went through them one by one. How do you like the makeup, and what does your crystal ball tell you about the chemistry when they get on the court?
I think our national scouts that consist of Coach Cy Alexander, Stacey Beckham, Bo Bivens, Chris Cornelius, Ray Martin, a lot of our scouts, they did an amazing job getting out of here and scouting these young men and watching them from the beginning of November 2025 to where we are now. And so to be able to scout them and evaluate and put in perspective. And one thing about our HBCU All-Stars, they're going to compete. This is not your typical HBCU All-Star game. This is an opportunity for our guys to be showcased in front of NBA, international, G League scouts and things of that nature. So this is a big deal for these young men. And they're going to play hard and they're going to compete. They're representing the culture. They're representing their conferences. And so it's a big deal.
All right, before we get to Team Sam Jones, look, you got all your information here about what HBCU All-Stars is all about. When you hit the community in Indianapolis, it's more than just a game.
Yeah, it's more than a game, and I just want to make sure what serves as our consultant, and I want to give Coach Cy Alexander his flowers as a part of that. He serves as a personal consultant to me and kind of oversee this space here, and so Coach Cy understands the pulse in the community and what this means in our culture, and as you know, he's recognized as one of our legendary top 50 anniversary MEAC coaches, and so his
Absolutely.
DNA is kind of all in this space here. So when we hit there, it's important to recognize our coaches, it's important to recognize our scouts, and it's important to recognize the entire culture that we getting ready to do in 3 weeks. And so we're excited about that, and this is a total collaborative effort, just like you having us here on your platform doing this announcement. That says a lot.
Hey, man, we are here for the culture, brother. Let's jump right into Team Sam Jones. I love this guy. He is a hard-nosed player. There were a lot of big names on this Bethune-Cookman team, but here's a guy that has been there year in and year out, gets it done on the glass. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, he scored, because I think it happened this past year, over 1,000 career points. He eclipsed that. Just a really, really tough player.
Tough player. And
Daniel Ruzon.
Big, strong, power forward, named all SWAC second team, averaged about close to 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, shot about 51% from the field. Kind of their glue guy. That was for me. Like you said, they were really talented, really a lot of talent on that team, but really big power forward that we think really going to come here and just really bring that physicality to the game. Like I mentioned, this is going to be a high-level HBCU All-Star game.
Yeah. Look, how hard do they go in practice? I mean, are they doing rebounding drill? They going to get it?
We are going hard,
Right.
And we'll talk more into that, why this is important for us, for the culture. But when these guys come in off the court, they're real cool. But when that ball bounces, they're going at each other.
All right, when y'all do those box-out drills with Ruzon, get ready. Get ready. He's not going to play. All right, you talk about a guy that ain't going to mess around. Woo. Put up some points. Dante Horn, one of the top scorers in the SWAC, a walking bucket, Travis.
I got a chance to see him a number of times throughout the year, but it's nothing like seeing him in person when we saw this past week at the SWAC Tournament Championship. Very confident in his abilities to score in bunches. SWAC first team, he had 36 30-point scoring games this season, had a 46-point game against Southern to add his resume, and he was a tournament MVP player in all rights, one of the top guards in the country. And when I say one of the top guards in the country, averaged about 20 points a game. And so really excited about having him a part of not this All-Star game, but seeing the type of level of play that he's going to have in the NCAA tournament.
And you talk about a guy that leads a team as a number 8 seed for the first time in the history of the SWAC to win 4 games, because now they expanded it back to 12. So you didn't have to run a gauntlet of 3. You had to run a gauntlet of 4 from that 8 spot, and he led his team to a championship.
Consistently, and starting at first, like I said, but goes a testament to their coach as well. Got those guys playing, as you see, Prairie View A&M start peaking and playing at the right moment. That's what all matters in college basketball, keep putting it all together, and it shows what they were capable of doing.
Yeah, and Byron said it after the championship. No NIL budget. They're out there for the
Wow.
love.
Say that again.
No NIL budget. 0.00 at Prairie View. And they won a championship.
And I'm glad you brought that up. That speaks to the bottom of the player-coach relationship, because we kind of got away from that relationship part. It became more transactional. And that was a key point that you just said, and why this is important, to getting back to where these guys really love. And it showed. It showed what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And so big shout out to Prairie View A&M, Coach Smith, and their outstanding team in their athletic and university administration.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Their first title since 2019. All right, let's go to the CIAA, my home conference. Jacob Cooper, VSU. You got a Trojan in the house. A lot of attention was on Virginia Union, and rightfully so. Virginia State won the division.
Yes. This young man averaged 14.4 points a game, 4 rebounds, close to 6 assists a game, all-round point guard. Cooper was named first-team All-CIAA. He was CIAA Tournament MVP in 2025. So I had the opportunity to attend the CIAA Tournament Championship, and really runs the team, tough, hard-nosed, well-coached young man. So, of course, to have him, we're proud to have him part of HBCU All-Stars and represent the CIAA brand.
Travis, you have a Gulf Stream. You make all these tournaments, man.
Hey,
I
man.
would be worn out.
Man, it's nonstop. That's the beauty and all this other stuff. We grinding, and when you have a God-driven vision and serving your purpose in what we do, we want to make sure all our HBCUs and the respect that our CIAA Commissioner Jackie McWilliams, Charles McClellan with the SWAC, Sonia Steels with the MEAC, and of course, let me make sure I got the other one, who SIAC, Commissioner Anthony Holland. All those commissioners are doing an outstanding job and really raising the bar during their conference tournament championship. So it's important for me to really support what they're doing, but also make sure that we out watching these young men and making sure we're providing this national global platform and make sure we're doing our homework, because we only get so many opportunities in this space to present these young men to a national global audience, especially trying to help their goals, dreams, aspirations come true, whether it's NBA, G League, international, and teams of that nature there.
Yeah, and we do have it is small, but it is existent HBCU representation in the NBA and G League. Look, we got one of those former Rams doing a two-way contract.
Javante Cook, he played in our 2022 HBCU All-Star game in New Orleans. And so he's on a two-way deal, the only active HBCU player with the Portland Trail Blazers. And so about a week and a half ago, I got an opportunity to see him when he came in town and played the Hawks. He got a few minutes. So those are moments where it just shows you that we're making progress. We got to continue to work hard, got to continue to build, and continue to show them that we're just as talented as our other colleagues in the space. So thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go back to the SWAC. Oh, I love this guy too. Jacoby Hetty. You talk about a guy that can score and is efficient. He was ranked among the top. He might have been number 1 in the SWAC in field goal percentage, but was definitely up there. So he can give you buckets. He doesn't need to be a volume scorer. Very smart on how he scores.
He was the key to that team's success this year. A big part of why they won the regular season conference tournament championship, SWAC tournament championship. 18 points a game. 5 rebounds a game, shot 52% from the field, was named All-SWAC first team, had 17 games with 19-plus points. He is a player, solid, team leader on and off the court. You can really see the leadership that he's shown on the court, and so a true reflection of what Coach Thiers laid out with his players.
All right, if you're just tuning in to the stream, Tally Card, Travis L. Williams, HBCU All-Stars LLC, they are announcing their rosters. We've already been through Team Bob Dandridge. We'll bring that up for you before we get out of here. We're currently in the middle of announcing the roster for Team Sam Jones. And let's go to Hampton. You got 2 of them Pirates up there. Josh Ogundelli, and he has a teammate on Team Bob Dandridge, but Josh is going to be on Team Sam Jones.
Yeah, and like I said, very athletic, runs the floor well, knows how to use his size. Had a chance to follow this young man's career for the past 3 years. One of the biggest players that'll be in our All-Star game. As you can see, he's listed at 7'2", 275. Averaged about 7 points, 4 rebounds, shot about 55%. Very solid defensively for Hampton and well coached. So we look forward to having him a part of our All-Star game.
All right, let's talk about a face in the SWAC that you will definitely remember because he balled for two different teams. Started out at Grambling, then he follows his coach, Coach Jackson, to Alabama A&M and continued to put up buckets. A left-handed, just stocky point guard that can get to the rim. He can shoot it from the outside. Enjoyed the years of watching Kentavious Dozier.
Player. I mean, we got a chance to really see him. You saw him last year, what he was able to do when he was at Grambling State University, and then followed his coach at A&M. So Dozier is really nice size point guard, real heady point guard with SWAC all second team, average about 8.4 points a game, 4 rebounds, assists a game, but really excited about him. He's a winner on and off the court, really excited about having him a part of HBCU All-Stars.
All right, let's go to the top scorers, one of the top scorers from the CIAA, a champion, Larry Howell, Fayetteville State University. He can shoot it. He can finish it. Nice size, championship pedigree, exciting player, Larry Howell.
As you mentioned, putting it in the basket, almost 21 points a game, 6 rebounds a game. Shot 45% from the field, 38% from threes, 85% from the free throw line. And so 604 points, ranked 21st nationally. Howell was named CIAA Player of the Year and first team All-CIAA, and led their team to the conference tournament championship and also the NCAA tournament. But we're excited about this young man. Plays with a high motor, well coached.
And I love to see, these fabulous players from Division II on the All-Star team and get to mix it up with, look, it's all, we talked about this earlier, it's all levels, D1,
Yep.
D2, a baller is a baller, and they'll be able to prove and show that. And we just, we just talked about our guy in the NBA coming out of the CIAA.
No doubt, no doubt. And that's the reason why we do this. It's Division I and mixing it up. They just as talented,
All right, let's go to Southern University. I had the chance to call the SWAC tournament. I had a couple of games with Southern, and this week I got to see this guy up close and personal from the front row, Malik Adel Gawad. This guy is tall. He can shoot. He can put it on the floor. Mm-hmm. He's a competitor. He's not a cupcake out there. This guy gets fired up. It was a pleasure to watch him play.
Oh, yeah. He's long. He a 4-5 player skill. You could tell he has that international flavor. Face up, put it on the floor.
Yep. He's from Cairo, Egypt?
Yep. Plays with a motor. Real active out there with his teammates, whether he's on the court, off the court, average about 11 points a game, 6 rebounds a game. So real excited about this young man. Shot by 61%. And, of course, he's well coached, with Coach Johnson. But I really like him. He's 6'11", got some size and length.
He can run.
Exactly.
He's not clunky.
Nah, he gets out and run, rebounds, plays hard. And that's what we want. You want those type of versatility in your players representing this all-star game.
Yep, enjoyed watching him. Southern almost came up with the SWAC championship. That was a good game.
That was a great game. Yep.
Just ran out of gas right there at the end against Prairie View. But, Prairie View was out there playing too.
Yep.
All right, let's go to Alcorn State University. We're going to stay in the SWAC, and Nick Woodard.
Yep, Nick, he played really well at the end of the season. Alcorn started really peaking and playing some really good ball. Coach Moten does a great job. He's a combo forward that can play inside out, show some versatility. Average about 9 points a game, about 5 assists a game, about 5 rebounds a game, and about 2 assists a game. So really excited about him bringing that energy and representing Alcorn State University.
All right, here's another guy that we got a chance to see this past week here in Atlanta, or College Park. We got to give College Park his credit.
Yes.
Atlanta just sucks up the air out of the whole metro. College Park. All right, Keon Williams, UAPB. They had a nice little run in the tournament. I like about his game, he's a big guard.
Oh, yeah.
Big guard. Big body bends.
Oh, yeah, and he feel like he can score on anybody. You know what I'm saying? When they do ISOs, you watch them play. He gets the ball in him. Real comfortable in his scoring ability. Big combo guard. He was SWAC first team, had 13 double-doubles. That just goes to show you that he gets in there and mix it up inside. Very comfortable getting in battle. And 1 triple-double. He can make plays at all 3 levels. And so that was one thing that really impressed us, averaging close to 18 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, and about 5 assists a game. So that's what I said. It's really all-around player.
Man, he's going to mess around and get a triple-double at the All-Star
yeah.
game, man, with those numbers. All right, let's take a look at a guy that followed his coach. He followed Coach McCrary from FAMU over to Grambling. And Coach Crary said, look, this is the guy that was me on the court.
Yeah.
He helped me keep the culture. He helped me keep everything intact that I wanted to bring to Grambling. It was a leader at GSU. He's going to be a leader at the HBCU All-Star game. Roderick Coffey.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Coach has done a tremendous job since transition to FAM to Grambling State. They really believe in what he's doing. And when you look at Coffey, he's an all-around point forward that can play multiple positions, 1 through 4. Averaging close to 11 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, about 4 assists a game. Really excited, coached well, and plays with a motor. So I got a chance to really see him a number of times this year. And so he's about 6'4", 200 pounds. I'm really excited about it.
There's some big guards.
Oh, yeah, no. There's a lot of big guards, a lot of versatility, a lot of positionless basketball, and that's the beautiful thing of putting this roster together. Guys can play multiple positions, and we can get out, they can guard, and play high-level basketball.
All right, in practice, a guy that's going to be hard to guard, talk about those rattlers. He has size, he can shoot, he can put it on the floor, he can hit the glass. Tyler Shirley, he's a handful from FAMU.
Oh, he's a player. I got a chance to see Tyler when they came here and played Georgia Tech, and just seen him throughout. Charlie Waters did an amazing job with this team here. They have the blueprint embodiment of what he means on the court. They play with calm, but also they got a little dog in them, and you saw that this year. Shirley can play multiple positions, the 3 through the 5, and one of the top low-profile players in the SWAC, as you can see. And as I mentioned, they kind of emulate their head coach. But I'm telling you, 12 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, about 2 assists, and he can play. He can get after it, and so that's why FAMU was able to be one of the top teams in the SWAC this year.
Yeah, and congratulations to Charlie Ward. First year at FAMU, you get in there, not a lot of expectations. Yep. You finish as a number 2 seed. Mm-hmm. That game against Southern, they had Southern beat. Yep. Southern just hit a 3 right at the buzzer. FAMU could have been in the SWAC championship game. Talking to some of his assistant coaches once the tournament was over, this one coach just came up to me, and he just wanted me to know Charlie Ward is a CEO. He said, now some people coach. Some people coach and they're the CEO. And he could not stop talking about the leadership of Charlie Ward.
Oh, Charlie's amazing. I had a chance to do a coaching clinic as a father's event with him and Alan Houston a number of months ago. And so you got a chance to really see Charlie outside of the coaching realm and just see just the type of person he is. And so, but the job he's done with these guys, amazing. He, like I said, coming in your first year and really building the program and putting your DNA in the program, and it says a lot. So much respect to FAMU and much respect to all our teams in the SWAC.
All right, so Team Sam Jones, let's take another look at them once again. All right, Travis, how does Team Sam Jones, what do you think the matchups are going to look like when they get out there in Indy and they take on Team Bob Dandridge? What type of exciting matchups do you think we're going to see in this All-Star game?
That's interesting. You know, it's always when we bring those guys in there on Thursday, April the 2nd, it'll be a first time a lot of those guys meeting each other. Like I said, it'll be playful, you know, getting each other, getting to know each other. But I can assure you, when we get on the court and they see each other and compete, because they understand what's at stake for this opportunity. And so, and they're representing the culture, because we got so many of our young folks that are watching and say, I want to be an HBCU All-Stars. You got to think about it, Tolly. They were currently throughout the year 100 plus of our nation HBCU All-Stars on this watch list that are representing of the 48 participating HBCUs. So we don't take this roster reveal for granted. And so I think those guys, and I know, we'll put it like this, I know those guys are going to compete at a high level because it's for the culture, because we don't get these too many national and global platforms.
Look, I will say this, Travis. A lot of people have great ideas, start things. Some people don't follow through. Some things don't last. Like, you've kind of passed that first barrier of this is more than just a cool little thing. There is consistency with this game. What does that mean to you? I
mean, I just think that's the first thing I said. I said, thank you, God, for not giving me, first of all, for placing this amazing vision in my spirit in October 2019 after 17 successful years ago. So what you see is just our obedience to God. You know, it's bigger than all us that can ever imagine, because we having a lot of goals, dreams, and aspirations come true. We're representing a culture in a space that deserves it, that's been long overdue. We know what we're capable of doing when provided the access and the exposure. So I just want to say it's a great opportunity, but we have amazing staff. So what you see is our amazing staff that's in the grind that you're going to see when we put this event on in about 3 weeks. We have amazing national scouts, but it's a total collective team effort by all of us. So I'm just thankful for everyone that believes in the vision, because it's a God-driven vision. It's not about me or anything like. This is a God-driven vision for our culture.
All right, so we got some awards that we're going to get to in just a second. But first, man, if people are going to be in Indy, if they just want to make a trip to support, tell us about the game. How can you get tickets? Where is it going to be? Like, give us all the details on the game.
Thank you for asking that question. Like I said, we're 3 weeks down. And so make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. You can go to HBCU All-Star Game, HBCU All-Stars LLC. You can follow me at CEO HBCU All-Stars or at Travis L. Williams 24. We need your support. If you can't make the game, make sure you go to HBCU All-Star Game and purchase tickets. We can also give tickets to youth and nonprofit organizations that want to support. As you mentioned, it is bigger than the basketball game. So let me make sure I explain this. I give back to the great city of Indianapolis. It's important. So when our All-Stars arrive there on Thursday, April the 2nd, we have a meet and greet, some of our community leaders meet. But that evening, we're going to recognize these student athletes, these All-Stars, these coaches, and then we're going to recognize our community leaders that have made a big difference in this great city of Indianapolis, that are about humanity, about our service. It's our opportunity to award them and recognize them for the great work they're doing. And so that's our give back. On Friday, we have a college admissions and a scholarship fair that we'll host at Corteva Coliseum, which gives us an opportunity to expose young folks in the metro Indy area to our prestigious HBCUs that will be there in attendance. On top of that, we just talked about the stats and the why. We'll host a NBA Pro Day Combine, because we'll know those NBA scouts and teams will be there during college basketball biggest weekend. It's important for us to have that showcase. And then on top of that, we took it one step further. BAM Testing Company. We will actually have the measurements, the on-court agility, vertimat, all that stuff. So when the scouts come there, here's all our information on our HBCU All-Stars and when we do our Pro Day.
Because you just can't wait. You can't wait and hope that they're going to show up all the time.
No.
You got to take the initiative.
You got to take the initiative and take advantage. We had 25 of the NBA scouts in attendance in San Antonio. We've challenged them this year. We want all 30 NBA scouts in attendance at this 5th year anniversary Pro Day Combine for our All-Stars that represent the best in black college basketball. Then on top of that, we'll have a social justice and civil rights luncheon and panel discussion that's spearheaded by my good friend and attorney, Miley Davis, and his wife, Dr. Jana Davis. Why is that important? We see the landscape and everything going. We want to make sure our All-Stars use their voices, use their platform. It's important that they understand that what goes on in the community, you have a voice and a platform. And then community outreach and engagement is very important for us. We partner with Sankofa School of Success and the Windsor Village Park. Sankofa School of Success is where I had my press conference with Mayor Joe Hoxha there in December. That high school touched me so much. So now what we're going to do is have a Friday fun day, bounce houses, Easter egg hunt, youth basketball clinic, food, health fair, a big community, and all these events are free. And then when Windsor Village, they have food insecurities in that area. So we're going to have a food donation drop-off. So with that food donation drop-off, we're going to have our HBCU All-Stars actually go to the center and stock their food pantry. That is important for what we do. We've identified 10 high schools there in Indianapolis where we're going to help them with cap and gowns. So there'll be close to 100 students that we're going to provide cap and gowns. They said, why you do that? I was that young man that couldn't afford a cap and gown. It resonated with me. And that's important. And so our give back is important. And so it's about giving. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's about making a difference in the world.
Yeah. I mean, all these cities you've gone to, you've refurbished like basketball courts. Yep. Mm-hmm. You've left a footprint that says when an HBCU infused event comes to your city, we're not there to take, we're there to give.
We're there to give. We're there to show the world HBCU matter, that we deserve to be in this space. I call it God's sacred space. And what the beautiful moment about this is Easter weekend. So when all the families go to church and be there with their friends and family, come that afternoon and be a part of this historic event. We partner with the Indy Black Chamber of Commerce. Now this is so we have a Black business showcase as a part of our pregame fan fest and celebration that's leading to an all-star game. We have over 100 Black businesses committed to be a part of it because we can bring them in this space, which gets an opportunity to celebrate us. And the only thing they do, they're making a donation to our scholarship foundation, which in turn does what, Tolly? That we give it back to a metro high school student, whether in Indianapolis or across the country, that interested in attending HBCUs, or a current HBCU student in need of financial assistance.
So you're going to Indy and you're recycling the money in Indy and keeping it in Indy.
Yeah, we keep it in Indy. We're pouring into the community. As I mentioned, all of our events free. If folks want to know, just go to HBCU All-Star Game, hit our registration links, and come. Come be a part of this historic event. Come purchase tickets so you're in the building. And if you can't make it, purchase a ticket. We can donate it to the children and the nonprofit organization. We need your help. And if you want to support an HBCU All-Stars, we just recognize we have what we call a $1,500 sponsorship. Fuel the journey to Indianapolis. So if it's an individual or a company, you can sponsor that player, one of those 24 players we just named and one of those coaches we just named, and help support us getting there, because an event of this magnitude, it's very important that we continue to run a first class and give them the best experience that they can have during college basketball, biggest weekend, because they'll remember this moment forever.
Right, for sure, for sure. All right, let's take a look at some of the awards that you have to give out, Travis, and we're going to start with our Division I Player of the Year. We had so many good players that you could not settle on one, Travis, so we're going to have co-players of the year. In Division I, Aaron Nkrumah is one of those recipients.
And as we talked about early, it's important that we continue to recognize our young men. And this is it's important. It's important for the work they do on the court, but off the court, and to see what Nkrumah has done for Tennessee State University, the overseas regular season and conference tournament championship, and then the NCAA tournament. It was no doubt that what he meant as a national player. And then, of course, it was too hard to decide. Bryce Harris, Howard University, and a great job that Coach Blayton has done with Howard University. So they are named our co-national players of the year. And so these two men, what they meant to their team, we're truly excited. And so it's important, you know, and to name it after Bobby Fields, one of the most legendary players that play in former HBCU players, and to be able to give them the honor, play Southern University, give them the honor and recognition. That's what this is important for us, to not only recognize those players, these current players, but also the former legendary players and give them their shine and notoriety.
All right, let's talk about your Division I Coaches of the Year. Pretty much the same boat. There were so many guys doing great jobs, you couldn't decide on just one. So let's start here. Howard University, Kenneth Blakeney, former Duke Blue Devil. You had him here in Atlanta for your event last year with Howard and Tennessee State. They win the MEAC. Howard swept the MEAC. Boys and girls won. Your co-coach of the year for Division I.
Yeah, Coach Blakeney has done an amazing job. He's one of the best coaches, and the job he's done at Howard University, and he always thinks out the box. He's not your typical, I mean, the work he's done, whether it's from what they've done with NIL, just the creative and the things they do with their young men, the consistency of building a program from scratch and consistently regular season and conference tournament championships. You've seen what he's been able to do consistently, winning this year. And then on top of that, Nolan Smith, Tennessee State University, the job that he's done in his first year, you know, OVC Coach of the Year.
First and a late hire.
Oh yeah, definitely late hire. You know, Coach Mickey Allen and the athletic university staff there has done a major job. Coach, will give a shout out to Coach Brian Penny. Collins did an amazing job.
Look, he had an NBA opportunity.
Yeah, to get an opportunity. So I want to give a shout out to Coach Collins, Brian Penny Collins. You know, get an opportunity to go coach in the NBA, and that's what you want. I mean, everybody wins in this, and then Mickey Allen was able to hire Nolan, and so. It's just tremendous blessings for our HBCU coaches. But what it shows is that we're just as talented as any of our colleagues, and that's what this is about. So that's why we have two co-national coaches of the year. It was too hard of a decision because these guys are the best in the game.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I'd love to see them. I'd love to see Howard play Tennessee State, play Bethune-Cookman. Like,
Ooh, yes.
There were some good teams this year.
Yeah, some excitement, yes.
All right, let's talk about your Division II Players of the Year. I think we had to go co-player there as well. Right here in Atlanta, where you and I are talking right now, lives Mr. Jamonte Hill. Right down north side, go down to the bends, make a right. You'll find them right there at Morehouse College.
Man, it always is a testament to these players' will, their desire to finish what they started. And I think that's important. When you have a new coach comes in, like Coach Dixon came in and putting this DNA on this program and getting new players to buy in, just with the same as very impressed with Jamonte. He's a player. I've seen his growth and development. Nice body, nice size, nice skill package, and just impressed with him, And so it was too hard to decide between him, of course, Larry Howell there at Fayetteville State University. And so the unique thing about these two gentlemen, they led two first-time coaches to championships. Think about that, So Larry's long, athletic, can play, well coached. These guys are very deserving of the Division II National Player of the Year honors.
Well, Larry is a bucket. I mean, we have talked about him, but man, to do what those guys did. Travis, you've coached.
Yeah.
How hard is it? Because I got to admit, I was wrong. I looked at Fayetteville State. I said Fayetteville State scores too many points. They allow too many points because of their style of play. And I said, man, that's not gonna win a championship. You've got to. It's got to be defense. It's got to be this whole old school thing. They still got it done. How hard is that to score that many points, that style of play, and win a championship?
I just think it's the DNA of their coach. I mean, having the confidence in their guys to score, but also having the confidence in their guys to get defensive stops when they needed to. Like I said, I got a chance to watch them in the CIAA tournament. I had a chance to watch Fayetteville State here in the Chris Paul event, and so I think they're well coached. I think the players, half of it is you got to make sure your players are bought in, and I think it goes to their relationship with the player-coach relationships to make sure guys understand and the way you want them to play and things of that nature.
All right, so we said all that to set up our Division II Co-Coach of the Year, and guess what? It's the coach from Fayetteville State that scored all those points. He drew up. Well, he didn't get out there and play, but he drew up the plays. Our Co-Coach of the Year from Fayetteville State University, Devin Hearn. Championship year. Look, we did the Bluefield Fayetteville State swap. That's what it worked out. Coach Delasio went to Bluefield.
Yep.
Coach Hearn comes from Bluefield to Fayetteville. And, man, this guy just great relationship with his players, great basketball IQ, and it showed on the court this year.
And then those two teams placed for the CIAA championship.
Yep.
Bluefield State and Fayetteville. Think about that storyline.
You couldn't make it up.
Think about that storyline. And Coach Delasio was my Hbcu All-Star Game coach last year
right.
in San Antonio.
That's right.
So think about that. But you have to give a shout-out to Coach Hearn, because anytime you take over a program after a coach that's been around and respected as Coach Delasio, what it means, and for him to step in there, because, Fayetteville State, they compete at a very, very high level. That's the expectation of the university athletics. They get it. They understand you got to invest in athletics. They got to invest in the sports. It really brings that national profile, and they get it. And they're playing in one of the best conferences in the country, in the world. CIAA is no small. It's one of the best conferences on all levels. And so for that young man to come in there and do that and win and consistently, you have to give a shout-out.
Yep.
So that was a kind of our thought process when we went. And then it's your first year.
I spent a lot of time on Fayetteville State campus over the years. Got to get an attitude check. Got to get that Bronco pride.
Yep.
I mean, I'm a graduate of Winston-Salem State, but I did spend a little time doing some business at Fayetteville State. All right, we got another coach to get to, Travis. And once again, we're going to come right back here to Atlanta. Larry Dixon. Morehouse has had some good teams over the years. Some of the craziest stuff just always seemed to happen at the SIAC tournament, but this year they got it done.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Morehouse been, like over the years, they've been pretty consistent, winning. And Coach Harold S. stepped out and wanted his coach and hired Larry Dixon, and it proved his decision was correct. He won the SIAC tournament championship in his first year, and that speaks in volumes by coaches, coaching pedigree. As you know, Coach Dixon's been around a lot of different places, coached at a high level. For him to come take this program over Morehouse here in our great city of Atlanta, and especially with the Morehouse alumni base and their name and brand, I thought he did an amazing job putting his DNA on this program and getting these guys to buy in and competing at the highest level. And it showed, it showed at the last for that conference tournament championship game. He was, with Tuskegee and all that, because those are that 1-2 punch and things of that nature. So that's why we ended up having coaches of the year.
Well, Travis, I think we covered it all, man. We got Team Bob Dandridge. We got Team Sam Jones.
Yep.
We got the CIAA, we got the MEAC, we got the SIAC, we got the SWAC, we got the CAA. If there's an HBCU team, an HBCU conference, we pretty much got them well represented here this year.
Yeah, I think that's why this is important, and so we have an opportunity. Like I said, now it's time for 3 weeks. So our team has gotten everything in place. Our national scouts have gotten us to this point where we just did this official roster reveal. And so now it's upon us. The great city of Indianapolis is ready to accept these young men, accept the HBCU All-Star Game experience and movement there. We have amazing Indy local organizing committee, a lot of our local, regional, and corporate partners. We're excited about our partnership with Wish TV there, as well as our BET Fast Channel that's scheduled to partner with us. And so we're very excited.
So tell us again, the tip-off time.
Yeah.
And again, where to watch in case people, just everybody can't make it. Some people still want to watch it at home.
So on Easter Sunday, April 5th, the HBCU 5th year anniversary HBCU All-Star Game at Corteva Coliseum, located at Indiana State Fairgrounds, will start at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time. Our doors are open at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. But prior to that, we'll have a pregame fan fest leading all into the game. And so go to hbcuallstargame.com and get tickets. And if you can't come, we want you to still get tickets and support us. You can also go to hbcuallstarsfoundation.com and support our nonprofit, where we help support scholarships and things of that nature. But if you can't make it, you can also watch on wishtv.com. We'll have that link up pretty soon. But also we'll have be able to watch it on BET Fast Channel, their Pluto station as well, live and on demand. And so we're excited about partnering with our BET colleagues and all our community leaders and things of that nature there. So
it's a great weekend. Look, I know lots of people go. They want to see the NCAA basketball championship. I know a lot of people I went to school with. They this time of the year, they start putting on their Duke colors and their NC State and Carolinas, and y'all are at the game, and that's great. If you're going to be in Indy, if you're going to be watching there for the last 4 teams to get to play for the championship, if you are there that weekend, you have to be.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to be at the HBCU All-Star.
Yeah, this is inclusive of everyone. Like it says, we'll get there that Thursday, April the 2nd. All our events are free. Go to HBCU All-Star Game. You can register. Like I said, this is inclusive of everyone. Even though if you don't know about HBCUs, we're going to educate you on HBCUs. If you're a basketball fan, this is for everyone. On that Sunday afternoon, come check out this. You do not want to be on the outside looking in, because we tell you, the city of Indianapolis, they're going to show up and they're going to show out, and we're going to celebrate the best in black college basketball on a national and global platform there.
Travis, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. I appreciate you coming to our studio. We'll share this later today on HBCU Game Day, and just the fact that we're able to work together towards a common cause. Both you and I want to uplift HBCU athletics, and so I'm just always happy whenever we can be in the same room, man, and I can help you out in any way with your event. And that is so special, that 5 years.
Wow, brother, and I want to special thank you, because that's a testament to who you are, allowing us to share your platform. And like I said, this is a total team effort, total collaborative partnership, the great work we've been doing. And, so you're one of the most respected individuals in this game to show the HBCUs matter. So when I get an opportunity to bring the HBCU All-Stars brand with the HBCU Game Day brand, it's a no-brainer in all of us. And here, especially here in our great city, Atlanta, and where we can make it go globally around the country.
All right. Well, he is Travis. He's giving you all the information. I'm Tolly Carr. Thank you so much, man. We made this happen, man. I had everything on the computer. I was like, I think my computer might blow up today. We had so much information, but you brought it to the people, man. So all the success in the world. Looking forward to the big event this weekend.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Stay blessed.
All right. You guys take it easy. We'll talk to you a little later.